G'day folks, and welcome back to the channel for episode number 16 of my Acid Retaliation Sentinel playthrough. Now, this episode we've got a decent little bit to get through. So, let's jump straight in. First thing I'm going to do is go and get the Black Legion writ, because we now are honored with them. And Black Legion is one of the important factions you really want to get to revered as fast as you can. If we end up getting the Mammoth Resistance to that point as well, I will also be buying theirs, but we're a little bit away from that for now. The other one we could consider is Homestead. If we have a look, where are they here? We're already a decent chunk of the way through Honored, so I think I'm going to not buy the Homestead writ, because it's 80,000 iron bits. We're going to need those bits, which we don't have a huge amount of anyway. We're going to need those for potentially re-rolling the Perdition set, which we'll be farming for starting in 2 to 3 levels. I also want to finish Forgotten Gods, or at least get up to Korvaak, because the area just before him is the place where I like to farm for the +1 to Oathkeeper belt, which I definitely want to get my hands on. And that's about it. As far as MIs go, the only one I'm really looking to upgrade at this point is the belt. We did pick up these formidable Driegsect legs of readiness at the end of the last episode. This was incredibly lucky, but if you're playing along, just use whatever you find that's best for your pants. Don't stress about getting specific affixes, it's a waste of time. The weapon itself, getting additional levels on this does give you higher level affixes, but I think I'm happy with this one, at least for now. Maybe even all the way to 100. This is decent, and most of what we're using this for is those bottom 3 lines. The retaliation damage added to attack for Aegis, the acid damage added to Aegis, and the 100% fizz to acid damage conversion. All that stuff is either percentage based, so it levels with you, or it actually levels with you. That acid damage number actually is based on your level, so getting levels will increase that. So the rest of the stuff on there, yeah, it'd be nice to have a bit more attack speed, maybe a little bit more acid retaliation as a flat number, but honestly I'm happy with that one. The rings here, Impervious is good, Untamed is completely useless, and Devastating of Shattered Reality was very, very useful at the time because I need the Chaos Res. But in terms of actual usefulness of affixes, they're not great. So I could maybe look at getting new rings, but that would be vendor farming in Ancient Grove, which at level 60 is not something I want to do. So we'll probably use these for quite a while. Higher level version of Renaprax's Sting, kind of off the table, just because I really don't want to kill that thing 50 times again for a new Of the Grove, and I do want to keep Of the Grove, so we'll leave that. And that just leaves the blue items, which we can't do until 62. So, with that said, let's head into Forgotten Gods. There's a couple of quests at the Conclave of the 3 that I want to pick up. Notably Anarak's brothers, we're going to go do that. There's also a lot of the devotion shrines I left behind. What do you need? Yeah, I'll get your artifacts. I'm pretty sure that is... Oh, that's the aspirants, okay. Yeah, I skipped a lot of the devotion shrines in here, so I'm going to do that. And depending on how we're looking for time at the end of this, when I do either kill Korvaak or decide that I'm not going to, we may go and do a bit of a cleanup tour of normal and just get all of the devotion shrines. So, with that said, the first devotion shrine that I didn't pick up is over here at the Temple of Osea. I did already get the one that's inside, so I don't have to go into the temple again. But there is one in a little secret area over here that I didn't get. Also, let's go ahead and pop out the little green men. But yes, the secret area down here, and also have to, no, wrong one, have to go and talk to the Soleil aspirants and send them back to town. So we're going to do that as well. They're down here. Yeah, here they are. No totem for me, unfortunately, but yeah, That's fine. Alright, and we can send these... I was going to call them idiots, but that's actually not a joking term for those idiots. They actually are kind of silly to get stuck out there. Alright, here's the hidden refuge. If you didn't know, this is a hidden area off the side of the... I wanted to say the Sunbane Oasis, but it's not. It's the Temple of Osir. And you just walk in here, basically free. Battered shell. You will have tons of these. I mean, I'm using a shield, and I never even considered using a battered shell, so you pick one up, and the entire time you're playing, you will have one. So there's one devotion point. I'm also going to grab the loot here. Seal of the Royal Crown. I think that's the ring to go with the pendant, which I'm pretty sure I already sold. This set is really good for leveling. As long as you don't need either of your rings or your amulet, it's really good. This is Leovinus' ring. It's always there. There's one each for every character in normal, elite, and in ultimate. The rings are all the same. They're all required player level 10, and they are a good, I guess we'll call them good source of XP. So if you're trying to speed level alts, then having that is a good thing to have. Okay, next up we have Kymon at the Conclave of the Three to turn that in. We have Anar's brothers, which are going to be in the docks area. There's also a devotion shrine that I didn't pick up in the docks. So I'm going to go and get the devotion shrine, and then we're going to kind of double back for Anar's brothers. Anar's brothers are painful. It's a 2-level dungeon that I'm going to more or less just speed through. I'm not going to try and fight everything. Same with most of this out here. You can fight all this junk. You can skip all this junk. I'm probably going to skip all of it just to get to the devotion shrine faster, because what I want to be doing is in the second half of Forgotten Gods. What I am going to do here, though, is I am going to kill as much of this as I can. Clear the area out so as it's a little bit faster or a little bit easier when the... Is anyone else coming? You need some eyeballs? Here you go. How about you? You want a frisbee? Everybody. Everybody's coming now. One at a time, of course. Couldn't all come at the same time. Alright, we'll do this one. Desecrated Shrine. This has an annoying habit of spawning a large group of heroes, say 2 or 3 of them, and making one of those heroes, or even 2 of those heroes, if you're very unlucky, healers. So, if you notice that nothing's dying, check one of them. I think is it Vlacanux? I want to say Vlacanux, I'm probably wrong. But just watch for one of them being a healer. Can be quite annoying. Alright, we are finishing off the Toad here, and now we need to head back to... the Conclave will do. Back to your spirit guide of choice, keeping in mind that the spirit guide Sardina in Devil's Crossing is... she's dead. She got squooshed. So, yeah. Find your spirit guide of choice, and we are going to be pulling points out of the Fox. So 4 points out of the Fox, and then down here we're taking Affliction. So this is poison damage, poison acid retaliation, spirit, some stats, but this is what we actually want. Let's go ahead and put this on Presence of Virtue. You want this on something that's always active. So when I get hit now, it's going to put a pool of vitality damage underneath enemies. Now, you might think, but that's vitality damage. We don't do vitality damage, that's rubbish. And you'd be right, except for just above the vitality damage is 3% of retaliation damage added to attack. So most of that, not all, but most of that is going to be acid. And so we will be adding actually 519 to 519. Not sure why that's a range. But yeah, 519 retaliation damage will be added on top of this. So even though we are not scaling vitality, we are scaling retaliation, so this will be quite good. In terms of which side to go for first, doesn't really matter. We're going to be getting both of these. That's a lot of acid retaliation, but so is that. I think I'm going to go for the offensive side. So the main difference here appears to be just defensive versus offensive ability on this node. And then at the top node, it's defensive versus offensive. So we're going to take all of them, but I'm going to take the offensive side first, and it's going to work great. This proc that we just picked up, the Fetid Pool, is really good for archers. Archers, mages, anything that sort of stands over here and throws stuff at you will have pools underneath them and they'll take damage. So it's one really good way to get rid of pesky archers when you're playing a retaliation build. Granted, we could just, you know, throw a frisbee at them and they'll die that way as well. But we've got extra ranged ammunition now. Let's see if we can get one of these pools on the ground. It should be pretty quick. So there's one over there, I think. Another one there. It's just extra damage, basically. Right, let's go do Anorak's Brothers. Phrasing. Do Anorak's Brothers quest. Grab that journal as well, why not? I like XP. You get off my stairs. And, okay, here's Anorak, or Aral. Anorak's back in town. So, the other brother is inside, and we have to go and rescue him. So, let's be about it. Now, in terms of actually doing this area, I think there's a devotion shrine on the second floor. There's a... Is there an exalted stash in here? I can never remember. I think there's an exalted stash in here. If I find it, great. I'm not going to go looking for it. Exalted stashes are one of those things that I'm less and less worried about the longer I play. So, if we can find one, great. If we can't, that's great too. Okay, I'll take care of that guy. I have it in my head that this room here potentially has the exalted stash. I don't know if it's actually there or if I'm remembering a different set of ruins. But, I'm done looking. Alright, we can see the devotion desecrated shrine over there. So I'm going to go do that. And like I said, I have it in my head that there's a shrine in here somewhere, so possibly we'll be doing a shrine hunt as well. Or sorry, an exalted stash. But this is what we're actually here for. I know I said we're here for Anorak's Brothers. Kind of not. Don't tell him though. Right, let's get that last little prong here. So, some vitality stuff we don't really care about, the offensive ability, and more importantly, that acid retaliation, really good. You'll notice that the number of the percentage retaliation damage added to attack just went up to almost 600. So, that's pretty good for that. You're going to stand up now, aren't you? Yep. Okay, and now you need to sit down again. There we go. Okay, I'm going to kill all of these guys that have stars above their head for the same reason as usual. They're made out of XP, they're made out of reputation, and technically they're made out of loot as well, but I'm more interested in the reputation and XP at this point. Alright, let's get a move on here. Again, if I find a treasure trove or an exalted stash, I will absolutely be clicking on it, but I'm probably not going to go looking for one. Going backwards now. I say I'm not going to go looking for it, and then I go looking for it. Alright, alright. No looking. You know what? All that stuff will just kill itself, so let's go kill the boss. When you get to Turgon here, he's going to do this little cold shotgun. I don't know how he knew I was going to dodge over there, but, I mean, he was right. Whatever you do, don't blitz into him and eat that shotgun in the face with no cold resist. That was how my first dervish died. Whoa. That was painful. Alright, so Turgon's getting a little bit low. Okay, and we've got Ascension active, so we can stand in his face a little bit now. Codex of Truths, are we going to use that? No. We need a shield. So, obviously no good. But, +1 to Oathkeeper is not horrible. Bone Scavenger's Death Grip. So we're getting purples out of random chests now, which is surprising. But anyway, right. So that's Anorak's Brothers done. Let's head back to the Conclave of the Three. We'll just turn these quests in. So 2 quests to turn in. Then we're going to hit the Vanguard of the 3. Pick up the last quests for them. What do I like? I like iron bits. You got any iron bits for me? That'd be great. I'll probably keep that ring. Just kidding. I was gonna make a comment about keeping the ring and then selling it 20 minutes before I found the other 3 pieces of the set, or the other 2 pieces of the set. But honestly, there's no reason to keep it. It's kind of true for Leovinus ring as well. I don't use XP items to level my other characters, so it's not really something that I care about. But if that is something that you would be interested in, definitely keep it. Definitely pick up another one on either Elite or Ultimate, and use those on your ults. Also, don't get too excited about the Lucas set. It's nice, but you can use the Lucas set that we have at home, which is the Explorer's set. This thing here, 4 pieces. Each piece has 5% XP gained on it. That's 20%. That's half of the Lucas set. And you don't have to kill Lokar to get that one. You can print this out of a blacksmith. So, something to keep in mind. You'll be at like 126% XP instead of 146. The major thing you need for leveling ults is the Mammoth Resistance Potions. Right, Vanguard of the 3. And then once I get to the Vanguard of the 3, I'm going to go back here because I have to speak with the Soleil recruits, which are going to be just down the bottom of the stairs. We're going to fight them, and then we're going to tell them that they can remain. But here we go. Alright, everybody's dead. You fought well, you've proven your worth, and we're going to allow them to stay. Why? Actually not sure if you get different outcomes from different endings, but I mean, Blood of Chthon, I guess. It's not bad. Okay, let's chuck those in there. I think it was Blood of Chthon. Anyway, I pretty much always allow them to stay. I don't actually know what the other outcome is. I could look it up, but I don't care. Okay, I'm ready to lead the assault on the Tomb of the Eldritch Sun. I think we've already done most of the other quests here, or all of the other quests here, because we wanted to get Eldritch Essences. Speaking of which, since we're in the area, I'm going to go kill Grimoire, just for old time's sake, and also because it's quite easily accessible to go find him. Oh, totem. Lovely. I'll do that as well. He's not here, though. That's alright. Found a totem instead. We'll just name the totem Grimoire, and it'll be like, it's the same thing, you know? Okay, everybody's dead. Lovely. What did we actually get out of that? Nothing really. Belgothian's Carnage is a relic from memory. Yep, Nightblade. Not bad, not bad. Not useful, not useful. Let's go ahead and eat that. The Skyreach Sash, lots of lightning stuff. It does have retaliation things on it as well, which is kind of tempting. None of the lightning stuff is any good. The lightning retaliation is useful, but none of the other stuff is particularly good, so probably just leave that. My current belt has a lot of resistances on it. It's actually going to be a little bit difficult to replace, but we will see if I can. This gargoyle here can potentially drop me a belt. Unfortunately, it hasn't. And Grimoire is not out here, so let's bounce on over to the Infernal Wastes here. And just head a little bit south and see if Grimoire is here. Well, I mean, he's going to. There's 2 more spots and they're both just down here, so I'm going to kill him. Here he is. So we're actually doing a decent amount more damage now, which is nice. Alright, that's the end of my good friend Grimoire, and he did not drop me the... didn't drop me an Eldritch Essence, which is unfortunate. there is potentially a treasure trove over here. So I'm going to actually come in here and check. There it is. Let's see if we can blow it up. Let's see if we can survive all this stuff that's chasing us. Citadel Relic Blueprint. I'm going to grab the rest of that. Oh, double rare. I totally don't need that. Absolutely don't need that. Alright, let's figure out where we're actually supposed to be going. I think we're just straight on to the, yeah. Straight on to kill Korvaak. So I guess we just go kill Korvaak. Right, so the Corvin City Rift is the furthest I've been. I didn't do Dravis and I didn't do Kymon, so we're going to go do that. But everything else we've already done in the name of Eldritch Essences. Right, and I am going to obviously be picking up a lot of stuff here. That was supposed to be picked up as I ran past. I think these guys can drop Eldritch Essences. It might be Ancient Hearts, though, I can't remember. I think the Griffins drop Eldritch Essences, and then the things that are actually, like, beasts or whatever will be dropping the hearts. Alright, I'm pretty happy with that. I'm not going to bother with the messenger. I probably should. He does have a very good chance of dropping Eldritch Essence, but I just kind of don't want to, so I'm not going to. I know it's a horrible excuse, but it's all I've got, so I'm going to go with it. I'm checking for Treasure Trove. It's not here. I will obviously pick that up, and we need to head back to buy the writ for Soleil. I think it'll only be Soleil. Let's check the others as well. Yeah, Cult of Soleil just hit Honored, 1 point over. Let's go ahead and grab that writ. While we're here, may as well vendor all of this stuff. I am tempted to just leave that scrap there. Guess I'll keep it. I guess. I've only got 188 of them. I'm well above the number that I need. However, I am about to spend 40 of them getting into the Bastion of Chaos at some point too, so I still need a few more. I'm definitely not worried about how many that I have, so that's fine. Did I get that shrine already? I think I did. Let's just go double check. So Saprazor here, no Eldritch Essence, no Ancient Heart. It's 15 or 8% chance to drop it. Speaking of, let's go kill the Griffin Sovereign here, Azalian. Again, pretty sure he's... I think he might be Ancient Heart, actually. Sovereign Shield. Not horrible. Not going to be used either, but not horrible. Alright, that's already cleansed, which I guess is good, because it means I don't have to do it. But I would also like to get an extra devotion point, so that would be nice. Alright, let's head through here, and we have to fight Dravis himself. Back in just outside the city of Malmouth, we went into that chthonic plane to fight his servant and pick up the note, which was actually a flower. That's that Dravis. Turns out, well, I'll just show you. Probably most of you already know this, but if you didn't, Dravis is the son of Arabarok and the brother of Dela. So she's been hunting him, which if you've been sort of reading her quests previously, you would know. Here's Dravis, son of Arabarok, and here is Arabarok, whose name I am probably butchering. So Dravis is kind of crazy. Let's just kill him. That's basically that's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna kill him. If you don't want to be sundered, Don't stand in his little volcanoes. Honestly, though, kind of doesn't matter. Down he goes. You were immortal, and then I killed you, and you weren't immortal anymore. Alright, Dravis is gone. Bring down the barrier. GG. Thank you for your sacrifice. Now, on normal, he doesn't leave anything on the floor. On ultimate, however, make sure you check on the floor. Alright, so he blew himself up. Oh, hello. Seems I was wrong. I thought this was an ultimate-only quest, but turns out it's not. Alright, let's kill the steward. So we're not allowed to go in. And I'm a little bit slow on the dodge. There we go. You must not enter. Well, sorry buddy, I gotta go in. These gods aren't gonna kill themselves. Okay, as long as we're in the area, we may as well head back to the Corvin City Rift, because Dayla's hanging out here, and I've got her pendant here. I have something of yours. Father would never part with this. Yep, he's dead. Dravis is dead too, so, yeah, real sorry about that. I killed your entire family. But hey, thanks for the Celestial Lotus. Right. Next major thing to talk about is Father Kymon. Now, Father Kymon does a lot of fire damage and a lot of physical damage, so get your armor up if you can, get your physical resistance up if you can, and get your fire resistance capped. By this stage, everything should be capped, but not everyone spends as much time farming as I do, which is understandable. Alright, let's get through here. I won't say as fast as we can, but let's maintain a decent clip, as it were. Just gonna kill things with stars on their head, and there's a couple of skulls as well. Ooh, give me that relic. I guess I should be picking up these items as well, but that's fine. Patch 1.2, reduce the amount of loot you get, but also increase the amount of iron bits that drop, so it's kind of much of a muchness, really. You get a lot of iron bits just from walking around. Circlet of Burning Rage. Oh, we've got a Sunder Volcano. Lovely. Let's get away from that. And we can basically just go around here, grab this dynamite through the wall somehow. And I think there's a... is there a devotion shrine here, or is that the next level? It might be the next level. Yeah, there's a totem there, but no devotion shrine. There we go, heading down to the Tomb of the Eldritch Sun, level 2. And then it's just more of the same. There's a lot of, let's call it junk, cluttering up the halls here. And I think we have to go kind of over this way. I don't come in here super often, so I'm not 100% confident on exactly where to go. I have a rough idea. I want to say there's a treasure trove over there sometimes, but I'm not 100% confident on that. Like I said, I don't come in here very often. Kind of got the rough idea of where to go, though. There is Devotion Shrine here, so I'm going to have to clear the area, which, that's not a big deal. As long as we keep attacking and maybe move out of the goop every now and again, we should be fine. These big guys are really good for stealing life off of. They're really good for taking your hit points as well, so... there is that. Alright. Devotion Shrine, let's go. Palandrin, so unstoppable, I don't think he even got to hit me. And Empowered Shield of Perdition. Why are you dropping 5 levels early? I mean, don't get me wrong, I am really happy to not have to farm that. But I'm also a little bit surprised to see it so early. Now's probably a good point to mention that, well, I can't put this on, but if I could, this actually counts as part of the Absolution set, rather than part of the Perdition set, which is the normal version. Which means they are not the same set. You can't just upgrade one piece at a time, you have to get the whole set. Yeah, looking at the numbers here, this is pretty much just number go up, which I do like. It's a lot more Acid Retaliation. I'm really looking forward to getting that whole set. And kind of not really looking forward to level 80-ish, where I think there should actually be a third Perdition set, but there isn't. So we're going to be running around for 20 levels with out-of-date armor. Or we could use some MIs to fill the gap instead. Alright. So, this is Father Kymon. Now, the secret to beating Father Kymon is to go man mode, get in his face, and do not get out of his face. If you try and run away, he will leap slam you and do ridiculous amounts of damage. So the trick is, get in his face, stay in his face. That's the whole trick. That is all of it. You've got healing potions, you've got ascension. He died in the duration of one ascension. So maybe delay using your ascension until after he hits you the first time. I popped mine as soon as I clicked I'm not here to talk or whatever it is, and then started the combat. So maybe delay it a little bit if you perhaps don't have quite so much damage. Lightning Eye of Reckoning. No, I don't think so. We did get an Eldritch Essence here, which is good. I like those. I like those a lot. The other thing... Where did my bleeding resistance go? I swear that was 72% last time I looked at it. You know what it is? It's going to be the Fox, isn't it? Where is it? Bleeding resistance. Yeah, there it is. Okay, so things you need for fighting Korvak is you need max everything resistance. I'm pretty sure he does just about every type of damage at one point or another during this fight. I think bleeding and piercing maybe not. And I'm not sure about chaos, but definitely every type of elemental. He does poison, he does... Does he do aether? I'm not sure about aether and chaos, let's just say. But vitality, all the elements, poison, he does all those. I'm pretty sure, again, the piercing and bleeding he maybe doesn't do. But pretty much everything. So if you don't have max of a certain type of resistance, pop a potion for it. Pretty sure he doesn't shred resistances, but he does sunder. So armor is good to have. More health, good to have. I think we can probably just go kill him though. I am going to be spending a little bit of time in this area. I'm actually going to hit every platform just so I get all the gargoyles on the way through. Hopefully I'll get a gargoyle belt with +1 Oathkeeper. Knowing my luck, I'll get a bunch of Nightblade ones. That's alright, we'll get through here. Definitely going to be killing Orden Rock. Made out of XP, you know? This area, what level are these bosses? Maybe that's why it was dropping me that addition item. These are 60, 63. So pretty much what I would expect for the gargoyles. Maybe the some of the bosses are +5 perhaps. Alright, like I said, I am going to be hitting every platform here just because I need that belt. Or I want that belt. Also, Korvak's similar to Theoden. He's a little bit yappy. Just ignore him, he'll go away eventually. Alright, where's my gargoyles? I don't think I've seen... Have I seen any? Oh, here we go. Here's some. Forsaken, Eldritch. This guy's got a decent chance. Right, so... There's the first +1 to Oathkeeper belt. Also comes with Retaliation stuff on it. Stone-Faced is good. That's your extra armor percentage. Of Ruin is worthless for this build. That's going to be the physical and internal trauma damage. Just looking at this, I'm not sure I'm going to be able to use it because of resistances. Let's see what happens. If I put that Molten Skin back on, that would fix my fire res. Bleeding has been nuked, which is unfortunate. I could somewhat fix bleeding by taking the scaled hide back over here, but then Chaos would be a little bit down. I guess that'd be fine. Yeah, we could definitely do that. Replace the Sanctified Bone here with a Scaled Hide. Replace the Scaled Hide here with a Silk Swatch. It's definitely doable. We'll leave it for now, but if I don't get something better, I may end up doing that. Alright, again, I'm going to hit every platform because there's usually, here we go, there's usually fancy ones. He is 65, okay. So there's another +1 Oathkeeper, another +1 Oathkeeper, so got options now. This one's level 70, okay, and it has bleeding resistance, right. That's pretty good. Tempest is meh, and of the Fox is just Cunning. And Spirit, apparently. Maybe the Spirit is from Tempest. What do we got here? This one's very bare bones. I'll probably just sell that one. Stalwart. Yeah, Stalwart's okay. That's the defensive ability, and then Mending is going to be regen. I don't think I'm going to use that one. Especially not with the other options I've got. But definitely worth it to look through, run through this area just a couple of times. Just to have a look at what's available, I guess. Alright, you got any more of them gargoyles? Here we go. Now, there's a couple of yellow ones, which means they can drop the belts. Got an okay chance to drop them. It's not amazing, but it's okay. The named ones, the actual heroes, though, they're the ones you want. Very, very yappy. Alright, so a couple of whites. I think they can drop it. I think the chance is just very, very low on them. But that's alright. We're here for the big boys. So we're about to hit 61. And then if I do the run around and get the rest of the devotion shrines shuffle, then should maybe be fairly close to 62, maybe even 63, probably not, but maybe. And then we can start farming Perdition. Which I'm sure everybody's looking forward to. Seen comments from a few people who've been sort of playing along, not happy with how slowly I'm going, which is fair enough. But they've already farmed the empowered ones, got to level 90. Probably a few of you have even finished the character completely. Here's me, stuck at level 60. Alright, so here's Korvaak. All tied up nicely. Somehow manages to wait until the exact moment we break in to break out. I'm sure it's just a coincidence. We're going to do him without any potions. Alright, here we go. So I'm going to try to stay in his face. This build is not the tankiest that I've played, so I may end up running and dodging a few things. I'm going to dodge that, for starters, and those meteors as well. They can be dodged. So when he goes there we go, second phase, probably going to have some adds to deal with here. So he'll have some little crystals and portals and stuff. And he'll be bringing his friends in here. But we can get through this phase, I guess we'll call it. Okay, his friends will be coming here in a second. There they are, we can kill the crystals. No, we can't, never mind. Okay. I want to dodge through that. Okay, last phase. So check out that face. The face only a mother could love. 5 eyeballs is interesting. I don't think I've ever seen another monster with 5 eyeballs. But anyway. Korvak's got 5 eyeballs. The better to see you with, my dear. Alright, I'm still sitting with my finger on my health potion here. Yeah, I'm definitely using that health potion now. Finger is on the... I was going to say fingers on the crystal, but definitely already used it. Alright, here we go. Ascension's active. We can hit him. Now we can't hit him. Just eat the meteors, that's fine. Potion popped. No crystal available. Okay, I might just kite him for a little bit here. And take some damage. Potion's back up. Ascension's back up. Dodge these, and here we go. Alright, it's killing time. Down he goes. Alright, we've got some lore notes to eat. Here it is. Looks like an explosion or something, maybe a star map. There we go. A little bit of lore. And don't just leave. There are chests over here, so that's Korvak's essence. One Eldritch essence, which is pretty good. Herald's jacket, which I would prefer to be a perdition piece, but hey, can't win them all, right? Progenitor, also would prefer a perdition piece. Just putting that out there. Really love a perdition piece right about now. Nope. Game doesn't want to give it to me. Okay. Well, it is what it is. So that's the end of the Forgotten Gods questline. A little bit short because we pretty much did the whole thing earlier in the search for Eldritch Essence. But that's fine. What we could do... I think this one is the better belt. This one does have 7% increased armor, which I do like, but the Ruin is worthless. Tempest is kind of okay. Tempest does give that 2% offensive ability, which is... yeah, it's alright. We need level 70 for that, though, so we'll probably just leave it for now. Maybe I'll see if I can get another belt here. Let's just see if I can make this work, okay? Who are you? Where is Sagon? Very well, I'll go talk to the emissary. We'll head back to the Conclave of the Three. Talk to the emissary. We'll get our loot. So we've got a Shadow Spine Enforcer and a Celestial Lotus. Honored with Bismeal, which I like. Did we also get Dreeg? Not quite, but that's fine. Before I do anything else, I'm going to go and get my writ for Bismeal. So as any future reputation gains will be magnified. Great thing about the quest line here, you get one for turning in Dayla's little locket. You get another one for actually finishing the Forgotten Gods quest line. And you can get 2 on each difficulty, I think. In fact, I know that to be true. You can get 2 on each difficulty. Alright, chuck those in there. So we're up to 2 Celestial Lotus. It might even be worth doing Elite just to get these 2 Celestial Lotus from that. But we'll leave that for now. Also got 2 Eldritch Essence, which I would like more. But it is what it is, you know? Alright, let's see. What do we got here? Scaled Hide, I'll need one of those. Silk Swatch, I might have a Silk Swatch in the stash, and a Molten Skin to go on there, which I don't love, but you gotta do what you gotta do. There's my Silk Swatch. Okay. So, unfortunately, we're going to be destroying the Sanctified Bone. Not from you. Where are we? Inventor. Here we go. Let's keep the item quickly before I change my mind. Right, Silk Swatch on there. Scaled Hide on there. Resistances are... I mean, they're still not capped. Still not capped, but once we get this one online in 10 levels, we'll be better off. Alright. Skill points, we're still just pumping the Occultist bar. Next level, we'll get a point in Blood of Dreeg. I think I'll probably maybe not max, but I'm going to put a lot of points into these. This one for percentage retaliation damage and physical resistance. The rest of that's nice to have, but it's whatever. And then Blood of Dreeg for the offensive ability, the heal, and then the acid retaliation. The flat acid retaliation on this is really what I'm after. The rest of that is, again, it's nice to have. The heal is a nice to have, but the flat acid retaliation is what I'm after. All right, let's get our boys out. And let's actually just go over here to Devotion Shrines. I'm going to upload my Devotion Shrines into Grimtools here. Player.gdc, add to profile. Okay, so first two that I'm missing is, well, I'm only going to get one of these. But let's go to the East Marsh, which I believe is going to be 2 dynamite and 10... Have I already been to the East Marsh? Let me check this. I think I may have already been there. If you haven't been to the East Marsh, which I haven't, then you will be needing 10 scrap and 2 dynamite in order to get across the bridge. I'm also going to do the Bastion of Chaos here, so I guess we'll make it 50 scrap and 2 dynamite. So 50 scrap. Already got the 2 dynamite. Alright, where are we? Burridge Village. I'm not going to do the Hidden Path questline at this point. I think I'm happy to leave it until Ultimate for the skill points and attribute points. It's a lot of extra running around. I don't really think it matters. Alright, so clear the repair site. That was my 2 dynamite. Here's 10 scrap to repair the bridge. And let's head over. Now I'm just here for the Devotion Shrine, which means I've got a lot of running to do. Good thing I've got 2 movement abilities that don't require a target. 3 if you want to include evade. So here's the Temple of the 3. We're not on that quest though, so the door will not open for us. Okay, we pretty much just hug this top wall here till we get over to this way. I may end up killing, is it Kaliskar? Something like that. There's a big doggy in the pit where the Devotion Shrine is, so I may have to kill that. I hope not to have to, but, you know, might happen. Grab a Rubberock's journal. We already know what happened to him. He blew himself up to open the door for us so we could destroy a god. There's also, is it here? Yeah, here it is. Another one of those fun little secrets that you'll probably never find without looking at a map. But there it is. One of the better hidden ones, in my opinion. Alright, yep, we're going to have to kill Kaliskar, the Bone Hunter. It's no big deal. Just basically blow it up. Sundered, ignored, and you can also drop pieces of... actually, I don't need the bone. You can keep that. He's also at the point where he can drop empowered perdition pieces, so we might be in luck here. All of the level 60 zones, I think, are going to be able to do it. Let's just tick that one off. Scroll down. Steps of Torment. We'll go to Steps of Torment. I want to check something while we're there as well. Actually, Broken Hills is capped at 45, so never mind on checking this zone. We don't even get reputation for that. Okay. So heroes in this zone are not worth killing. Good to know. We can skip all of that. I went all the way down there before and didn't get the Devotion Shrine.
That skill's not ready.
I'm not happy with Parspicus. He could have done this already. Here we are, running all the way to the Steps of Torment again for 1 shrine. That's fine. That's another way you could actually farm the Perdition set if you perhaps don't enjoy totems so much. You could use the skeleton dungeons. The skeleton key dungeons, rather. There'll be decent amounts of loot in there. There's usually the reliquary events. I think all of them except for... you know what? I don't really want to kill Zarthuzalan. I think all of the skeleton keys except for the Court of the Magi have a reliquary event. Actually, now I'm thinking about it, Court of the Magi has one as well. So it might even just be all of them. Okay, I'm checking for a treasure trove. I'm not sure why. Everything in here is... Ooh. Everything in here is scaling up with me. Alright, it is definitely worth killing stuff in here. Silver Sentinel's mask. Okay, okay. So anything with a star above its head dies. There's also a treasure trove in here. There is an exalted stash in here as well, which could be worth looking for. Exalted stash on this level is, yep, just here. Or can be just here. So give me a piece of perdition, please. Nope, not today. It's fine. So I've got the treasure trove now, so I don't need to worry. Oops. Don't need to worry about looking for that anymore. I may have already got the exalted stash. No, there's no way I could have. Yeah, I haven't been down this far. Yeah, right, here we go. Okay, there's my devotion shrine. That's what I came in here for, so we'll probably just get that and be on our way. Of course, the fast, easy way to get there is blocked. And we've got undead for days. Okay, I'm gonna go around and murder all of the priests. And specifically Harris Dread here needs to go as well. There he goes. Okay. Is that everyone? Fetid Pool level up. Love to see it. Okay, I think that's everyone. I'm just gonna check this back room here. Why not? Why not, I say. No blues this time, which means no perdition, but that is what it is. Maybe I'll get some from here. Okay, here we go. So we're popping Ascension for damage, damage reduction, and there's stuff on the other side of the wall. Lovely. Devotion point awarded, and we've got the Virulent Maw as a blue item. I think we can ignore those things, actually. Okay, 1, 2 in there. Okay, let's check the plan here. After we get the Fetid Pool, we go up top here for the Messenger of War. So there's a whole bunch of flat fire retaliation, which I believe... let's just undo that for a second. Let me finish that off. Okay. So Aegis of Men here. Acid, Chaos, Poison, and Vitality. And then I add a whole bunch... Where am I? Here we go. A whole bunch of fire retaliation. And yes, we are converting that to acid. So there we go. I was correct. The mutator on this does indeed convert the fire retaliation over to acid. So pretty happy about that. I think we're done here, but there's a couple of spots I'd like to check for the exalted stash. Along this little edge here is one place. There's also... Here we go. I can never remember if it's the treasure trove that spawns along here or if it's the exalted stash. It's probably the treasure trove. Exalted stash in these little sections here, no. So we'll head over this way, checking these cells, we'll call them. Also checking, yeah, there it is. That's what I want to see. There's my exalted stash. Any blue items for me? Baldur's Mask, okay. Well, it's not horrible, but it's not perdition good. Alright, we are done here, so let's get out of here before I get myself killed. Checking devotion shrines here. The next one... Oh, okay. Alright, if you want to skip this next one, I will absolutely understand, because it is the Conflagration and Port Valbury. In fact, I'm kind of tempted to skip those ones as well. We'll go get the Conflagration. Do I want to go into Port Valbury? Not really. Let's do it. Let's do it. Why not? YOLO and all that. Literally in this case, because
Can't do that yet.
if I die getting into Port Valbury, that's kind of it. The character's dead. The downsides of playing hardcore. 2 Aether Crystals, we'll grab those on the way past. There's a third. Blow the fence out. Okay, here is the entry to Port Valbury, which it does have a devotion shrine in there. 3 dynamite to get it though. Eesh. Alright, I think I'm going to have to go in there. Not because I want to, but because there's a devotion shrine in there. And everyone's going to make fun of me in the comments if I don't. There you go. Successfully peer pressured me without actually doing anything. Alright. Asgalog the Corrupted. What do you drop? Blade Master's Talisman. Alright, let's eat that. I am going to do this against my better judgment. It's almost never a good idea to do this totem. I guess the good thing about being a ranged character is you can kind of stay at range from some of these. Is that it? Nope. Here's another one. Alright, that's it. There we go. What do we get? Clairvoyance Mantle, the Adept's Flanged Mace, and a whole bunch of green stuff to sell. Okay, we'll eat that. I'm not going to use this. Obviously, we're looking for the Perdition stuff, but even if we weren't, that's not got enough armor on it. I'm also not going to go and get those Aether Crystals because I choose life. Okay, and we're going to hug the top here. Normally I go in through the back door, giggity, which is across here and around through the barn. But I think I'm going to try the frontal assault, as it were. Alright, here we go. Made it. There's my devotion shrine. There's the barn. Let's see if we can just sort of sneak around and grab the devotion shrine without having to fight the boss. I suspect I'm going to have to fight the boss regardless, but... Yep, we're fighting the boss. Okay, that's fine. So we only have to kill him twice. Okay, Ascension's active. Push all the buttons that make the things fall down, and then get out of the goop. Lovely. Okay, next step. Devotion Shrine, basic ethereals, only a handful of them. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Okay, extra devotion point. We may as well do the guns while we're here. Exalted stash as well. Guardsman's defense. Yeah. Alright, that's fine. That's fine. It's what I wanted. I don't want to get the Perdition stuff really easily. I want it to be another 5-hour farming fest. What could possibly go wrong? Right, we did get a devotion point, so let's go ahead and put that in here. Some more stats, all good stuff. Now, I really want that node, but also I really want this node as well, so I think you have to get the proc first, just to get the, just to get it leveling up, nothing else. But it's also kind of tempting to not. Resistance is on that, pierce and poison. No. Alright, don't want any of that either. Right, beautiful, and we're going to have to run out there again. I am going to do the Port Valbury stuff. I shouldn't, but I will. After that, I think we have just the Bastion of Chaos left, I think. How many points have I got? 41, so there's 8 more remaining. One of which is Shattered Realm, which I'm not going to do. One in... I guess we have already unlocked the Court of the Magi, so we could dip our toes in there and get that one. Yeah, that'll be fine. Alright, I'm going to spend the 3 dynamite to get in here. I may regret this, but we shall see. As Aetheros. Alright, here we go. I do want to get Aether Crystals because, you know, it's me. Hi. I'm Picus, good to meet you. I like Aether Crystals. Alright, let's get in there. Okay, we're not going into the Skeleton Key proper, with the actual Skeleton Key dungeon part. But. There's a devotion shrine kind of close to the door, Skeleton Key door. So we're going to go and get that. Oh, also the Aether Crystals are all traps. Not literally all of them, but if you just pretend they're all traps, you won't be wrong super often. This one's not a trap. These ones also not traps. I mean, every single one of them is a trap. Seems to be working. I say they're all traps, and none of them have been so far. You can kind of see it's a specific shape that is the trap. So if you know what that shape is, you can kind of predict. I think that is not. Yeah, that's not. Anyway, I'll run into one of them. It's kind of one of those things where you just kind of get used to it. Yeah, I thought that one. Okay, we'll take out the Ethereal Abomination. Aether Cows have got to go. The reason I'm over here, actually, is this house here potentially has an Exalted Stash in it. Which I want to hit now for potential Perdition pieces. Also, when I was talking about using MIs, this was one of the ones that I was talking about. The Fleshwarp Plate Mail, pretty good armor, pretty good resistances, can get some really good affixes on it, and then it's also got Retaliation % damage on it, which is not as good as flat Retaliation, but it could be an acceptable alternative. Because even if you only use the chest, so you keep 4-piece Perdition, yeah, you lose +2 to all skills in Oathkeeper, but it might be preferable to have all the extra armor on your chest piece. So that's probably something I'll have to think about when we get to level 80-ish. Okay, let's head on over. We'll go get the there's the Devotion Shrine popping up on the map. Okay, Ethereal Terraformer, down he goes. Love to see it. I'm not going to go out of my way, actually, to check for the Exalted Stashes. There's another one down here that I can never remember exactly where it is. Fleshwarp Bulwark. Okay, and here is a Devotion Shrine. Nice little easy fight, usually. Not always, but usually. There we go. Corvin Worm, Glyph Tomb, and Nar's Arcane Destroyer. Not bad. That is a trap. I guarantee you that one right there, that is an Ethereal under the ground. Right, I think... Is it down here? There's only like 1 or 2 more places where the Exalted Stash could be. It's been a while since I've been in here for obvious reasons. Literally nobody likes Port Valbury. So I think the only place left is actually just up here. Let's go poke our head in there anyway. Port Valbury's annoying, but it's not super dangerous. Unless you stand in the Aether Goop. Okay, Hoarfrost Dreadguard, down he goes. Some good drops on him. Here's Camlandris the Rhymeheart, which is an interesting name. You remember how I said this one over here, this was a trap? Well, there it is. Down he goes. Okay, Exalted Stash, is it this building? I think it's this building. Where is it? It's in here, right? Yeah, there it is. Corruptor's Robe. That's not a perdition piece. Alright, we've got everything we came for in here. Let me just flip on over here to... So the Conflagration's done, Port Valbree's done. Mog Drogon's Shrine, I'm going to leave that one. And then Bastion of Chaos. And, oh, the Sanctuary of Haran. Yeah, I forgot that one. Okay, we'll just go to the Bastion of Chaos. And I may as well do some totems as well while I'm in the area. So when you get to the Gates of Necropolis, just take a step, check for this one. It's not there, so I know it's either going to be here, 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 or here. Either of those you want to go the same way for, so let's just go over here. I didn't properly reveal the map here, so I'm just going to... checking here for the totem, which obviously isn't there. Here or here. And I think there's another spawn point just here. And then this one is the only one you really have to check for when you first spawn in. Alright. So let's pop this. We've got Adus Aldos the Swift. We've got Shah Uruth. And we've got Wormscale Foot Guards. And then Iskandra's Balance. Wormscale Foot Guards could be a decent pair of boots to wear, actually. Decent armor. OADA move speed, some resistances, stun, don't really need, but mostly I'm looking at that that Wormscale shield, which is pretty good. Also, that's a lot of fire retaliation. I don't think this is up often enough to be super useful, but that is a lot of fire retaliation. Alright. Let's repair the Necropolis bridge site and head on in. Now again, the actual devotion shrine does not require you to go into the Skeleton Key dungeon portion of this area. So I'm just going to grab that and be on my way. There's the exit. It's good to know. Here's the Exalted Stash, which is kind of what I came down here for. I'm going to check a few spots for the treasure trove, if I can remember where they are. Do remember the bloodletters in here. Not this guy, but same model, but they're called bloodletter. Remember, they will shred your resistances. Okay, I want to say just here, in this little hut, is one treasure trove location. Might be this building, actually, but one of the buildings, for sure. Here's my Exalted Stash, and Deadwalker Footpads. Not a perdition piece. Which is not great, but yeah, what can you do, right? Okay, Null Mash. Cousin of Potato Mash. Down he goes, we'll grab that. I think I'm just going to head for the Devotion Shrine. There's another spot to check up here for treasure troves. There's 62, respected with the Outcast, all good stuff. Devotion, or sorry, treasure trove, I think can spawn in there. Don't quote me on that one, but I think it's in that building. Let's just go ahead and pop this. Alright, get rid of him first. Alright, there's my devotion shrine. More points in here. We've now got Blood of Dreeg. I want to have that on button 4. So we'll put Ascension on 5. So this is going to basically be not very useful as a heal at first, but it's extra retaliation, which I like. Okay, jumping into the devotions, I think we have to go this way for the proc. So we'll do that. Blood of Dreeg should be up all the time, so if we have this active, that'll be good. What other buffs could we have that are up all the time? Might be worth putting 1 point into like Soleil's Witchfire here, just for that, the ability to attach that that proc. Alright, let's see if I can find treasure trove. I'm thinking I probably won't be able to. Yeah. I can't remember where it is. I want to say it's... How do you get in there? Is it actually part of the building? No. I don't know. Anyway, I'm actually going to end the episode here, so thank you all very much for watching. Come back next time when the Perdition farm begins, which everyone's looking forward to, I'm sure. I'll see you in the next one, and bye for now.